A good Erev Shabbos, everyone, and I'm happy to end the series on Blessing Your Children Friday night with the last point of view of Rav Moshe Sternbuch. So just to reiterate, how can we bless our children Friday night? This is a very, very special mitzvah only for Kohanim, with an Isser Aseh for any regular Jew to use these words to bless another Jew. Says Rav Moshe Sternbuch, who still lives today in Har Nof, that ultimately it is not a problem for two reasons. Number one, we don't ask a Kohen to do it. Every father, every mother blesses their children. And number two, no begeder birkat kohanim bichlal. It doesn't come under the rubric of birkat kohanim. Now, what do those words mean? Number one, we don't look for a Kohen. We ask anyone to give this bracha. So it could be a father, it could be a mother, it could be a rabbi. At the end of the day, it is not a problem if it's a non-Kohen. If it was a Kohen, we would have a problem, because a Kohen would mimic Birkas Kohanim. But because it's not a Kohen, by definition, you're not mimicking Birkat Kohanim. Therefore, when the Gemara said it's an Isser Aseh, it meant you go up there with the Kohanim in shul and you bless the people. You look like a Kohen, you smell like a Kohen, you sing like a Kohen. But when you're doing it at home, Friday night, and you're not a Kohen yourself, for sure it's not a problem. And number two, no begeder Birkat Kohanim. I don't know exactly what those words mean, but I'm going to guess. He means that when we say Yivarechecha, we don't use the nigun of Birkas Kohanim. We don't say Yivarechecha Hashem, etc. In other words, it doesn't even look like Birkat Kohanim. I was actually very surprised to this moment that there's a rabbi who actually, when he does a wedding, he gives Birkas Kohanim under the chuppah. For all the reasons we said, that in and of itself is not a problem, but he uses the nigun of Birkat Kohanim, which is playing with fire, and according to Rav Moshe Sternbuch, is a bad idea, because, as I said earlier, it has to be a non-Kohen, and doesn't even look like Birkas Kohanim. So if you're going to give this bracha, don't use the nigun of Birkas Kohanim. So to sum up, this week we established that Blessing Children Friday night is not a problem of a non-Kohen using these words to bless another person. Number one, because you probably need kavana, and you don't have kavana for Birkas Kohanim. Number two, you don't actually split your hands like Kohanim do. And number three, you only use one hand. Finally, number four, it's not done in davening. And finally, number five, because with the greatest respect, it's not a Kohen, and it doesn't even smell like Birkas Kohanim. You're not even using the same nigun. So I hope you bless your children this Friday night, and I hope you give him all the blessings in the world, and may God indeed come along and bless them with the beautiful blessing that he has blessed the Jewish people with great bounty on this Friday night, knowing that when we bless our children, we wish for the best, and hopefully God will give them the best. Shabbat Shalom.
Kadishayim bi kedish asar Shabbos amisachides besoyru seichu Kadishayim bi kedish asar Shabbos amisachides besoyru